Greetings, beauties. This is Dee with Dee Styles Untangled. I am Dee, and this is my BFF, FF, Sandy Cheeks. Want to say hi, Sandy? Sandy, you want to say hi, Puddin'? No? I think she's a little tired, just like I am from doing this hairdo. So I'm going to let her go ahead about her business. Okay, so as you can see, as promised, I got my micros done, and I have the ombre look now. You can see more of the black, which is what I was doing yesterday. Let's see if I can step back, get on my tiptoes. You can see the length and the color transition back here. You see? Flip it to the front. Yes, I like it. It's rather long. I wanted to touch base, show you the finished product, and also give you some of Dee Styles' rules of having micro braids or any type of braids. 5 rules, and I had to write them down so I wouldn't forget. And they kind of overlapped each other, but I wanted you guys to know what they were, so just in case you ever ask me, hey Dee, when can you do my hair? I want it just like yours, and I can't wait for you to do it. And guess what? I can't wait to do it. But there are some things you should know about me braiding hair. I don't braid hair like the Africans, and I don't braid hair necessarily like the salons that do braids in the shop, because there are certain things that I just won't do because I think is damaging to your hair. And then there are other things that I prescribe for you as I'm doing your hair because I get to know it. So, number 1, even though these are micro braids, I section the hair larger around the perimeter, meaning around the front and around the back of your hair. So, just the same way, I just flipped my earring out. Go ahead and take this one out too so I can show you. If you notice, get a little close up here. You see how these, you can literally see the parts in between these braids, right? Right up in here. But as you get further towards the back, the braids are closer together. They're a lot closer together and you can barely see through the hair. And the same applies in the back. These are much bigger. And the reason why I do that is because that's the most sensitive part of our hair. And if you think about it, anybody who has ever gotten braids and people who are braid phobic, I made that up, I don't know, but they don't like to get braids, it's because you see the damage that's caused right around the edges of the hair. You see people with hair missing around here. The reason why that is because they take 2 or 3 strands of hair and then they put this heavy synthetic stuff on top of it. So putting this on a little bit of hair and weighing it down, it doesn't matter. Mine is long, but it doesn't matter if it was this long or this long or this long. It's still pulling on your hair, and this area is sensitive anyway. Think about it when you were getting the perms, or if you're still a perm person, this is the last part of your hair, all around the perimeter. That's the last part that the stylist actually touches because it responds quickly to the chemical because it's the most sensitive, it's the most virgin, it's the baby, you know, so you have to be careful. The second rule, for the first day or so, I suggest just wearing it simple, like this. Just wearing it down or wearing something that is in a style that won't pull too much. Like, I'm not going to wear my hair up just yet. I can because, as you know, it took me 3 days to do this. So this hair in the back is kind of relaxed a little bit, okay? And so has the front, because I kind of did that first because I had this whole patch out for 2 days and I needed to go out in the public and I needed to pull this third one. That's what I was on, right? Always, always, always Okay, treat any braided style, especially one like this that has these, it's called the pick and drop method, these dropped ends, because all of this is loose. You want to care for it just as much as you do for your natural hair, because it'll tangle up, it'll nap up, and it'll act a fool if you don't treat it right. So we want to make sure that we keep it moisturized and all that jazz, but not like you would do your natural hair, but moisturize enough to where it keeps its sheen and it still looks nice. You're going to have to detangle it. You're going to have to do everything. That's one of the things I tell my customers all the time, especially when I do weaves and braids and sew-ins and whatever it is. If it involves some hair, I don't care if it's yours or not, you have to maintain it as if it was your own. You just have to know what this hair can stand as opposed to what your hair can stand. And I'm going to, number 4 is basically what I just said. That you need to detangle it, number 1, and you need to set it every night. There's no way I'm going to sleep with all of this hair hanging around me while I'm sleeping, okay? I'm not going to sleep with this, because I'm going to wake up at the pearly gates just like this here. God is going to say, Deanna, I wasn't quite ready for you yet, but okay. Yeah, come on. But anyway, seriously, you got to detangle it and wrap it up. I'm going to also show that in another video to show you how I do all of that with the setting and all of that, because with this hair hanging out like this, or even if it's a weave, you want to put this in a way where it won't nap up and mat up and all of that kind of stuff. And because this is synthetic, this is Kanekalon here, because it's synthetic, there are certain things that I can do to this that will maintain its luster for months. And most importantly, definitely not least, definitely do not neglect your natural hair. Just because you have braids in does not mean that you don't have to do anything to your hair. The first thing people say to me when they get braids is, I want to get some braids because I don't really feel like being bothered with my hair, and I'm going to get a perm, but I don't want to get a touch-up just yet. I want to give my hair a chance to get strong, you know. So I figure I'll put some braids in it for a month or so, and then I'll get my touch-up and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's all well and good. But do not think that you can leave your hair alone, your natural hair alone, just because you have braids in it. With it being the winter time right now, this is the absolute worst time of year for any type of hair if you live in a cold state. If you're in California, you're probably good, because every now and then you'll develop some oils and some sweats that will provide some secretions to keep your hair moisturized. But when it's cold outside, like it is here in Virginia, it can't make up its mind. One day it's 80 degrees, the next day it's 45, whatever. These cold days are terrible for our hair. It sucks the moisture right out of it. So we need to maintain daily. Anyway, I'm really excited about my new hairdo. I think that it came out nice. And I just want you guys to remember the 5 D styles rules of maintaining micro braids, or any type of braids for that matter. And I'll put them down in the description. And also, you can rewind. It doesn't bother me if you watch a video more than once. I would like for you to. Anyhow, subscribe, like, comment, send me some love. Tell me what you think of it. Is it becoming on me? Is this what I should be wearing? I love to hear from you guys as usual. You can see me on Facebook and Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. I'm on all that social stuff. So, holler at me, and remember, ladies first. Smooches.